Hi, my name is Maggie Hart. Welcome to my channel that I'm calling Living and Breathing with Art. I've put together this quick 15-minute video to introduce you to the idea of using art and creativity as a form of self-expression, which can hopefully help reduce some of the worry and anxiety that those of us that live with bronchiectasis and chronic lung disease know all too well. And this can be said for chronic illness of any kind. So if you happen to stumble upon this video and you don't have lung disease, but you think that combining art and mindfulness might be helpful to you for whatever reason, then welcome, and I hope this exercise speaks to you too. Full disclosure, none of the statements that I make in this video have been approved by the FDA. I am not here as a licensed health professional, and I'm not suggesting in any way that art is a treatment or a cure for any medical illness. I'm an artist, and I'm not an art teacher or an art therapist. So this workshop is not about learning the skills to paint, nor is it therapy of any kind. It's about using art as a way to be present, mindful, relaxed, and hopefully have some fun. Before I became disabled with bronchiectasis, I was a licensed independent clinical social worker. I worked in both psychiatric and medical settings, and I had a private practice for 10 years. I worked with people dealing with all kinds of difficult life events, issues, and trauma. But I always had a special connection and a deep compassion for people dealing with chronic illness. Because of my own journey with lung disease, I know the toll that it takes on the mind, emotions, our bodies, and our spirits. And this is why I wanted to offer this workshop. A lot of people have helped me and supported me along the way. And if I can use my love for art to give back something useful, then I'm so happy to be able to do it. So really quickly, I was diagnosed with bronchiectasis at age 28. I'm now 62. So I've lived with this illness my entire adult life. I've had 2 lobectomies, and I continue to deal with exacerbations and infections. And like all of you, I fight really hard to live my best life. And for me, art has been a big part of that. Art has helped me to cultivate a sense of calm and peace in my life. When I'm painting, I'm so fully present that I forget about my illness and fears of the future. I get lost in my creative process, and all that matters is the feel of my paintbrush in my hand, the beauty of mixing colors on my palette, and the painted story that slowly comes alive on my paper. I've used art as a healing tool for myself in many ways, and I wanted to show you a couple of examples. This watercolor painting is called Breath and Flowers, and I painted this last year just before my second lobectomy. I had a lot of anxiety about the surgery. I was afraid I would lose my lung capacity. I might not be able to do cardio exercises or yoga. I was worried that I might need to rely on oxygen to breathe. I was afraid I wouldn't have the pulmonary strength to do my airway clearance. So this painting was very healing for me. In the places where my lungs were damaged, I painted flowers. In this painting, the flowers represented life and beauty, woven in and around my damaged airways and my bronchial tubes. It let me see my lungs as beautiful and life-giving, and put me in a much more positive place as I prepared for surgery. I like my art to tell a story, and most of the time there's a common theme in my paintings. The symbolism that I'm drawn to is strength and resilience. And I'm sure many of you can relate to this theme. Life is hard, and with no shortages of challenges, no matter who you are or whatever you might be faced with in your life. I recently completed a series of paintings of old doors, which fits right in with this theme. This is just one of about 6 paintings I did. And in all of them, the common theme is that there's wood, and the wood is worn and faded. and the doorknob is rusty and covered with that greenish patina that brass gets when it ages. In spite of time, hot sun, rain, wind, and snowstorms, these doors still stand. They open and close. And because of bronchiectasis, a lot of doors have been closed to me in my lifetime, as I'm sure they have for you. But then again, a lot have opened. And for us, the doors are still yet to be opened as we are on the cusp of a clinical trial for the first ever drug to treat our disease. And so we still stand, worn and aged maybe, but we're still here, strong and resilient. If any of these paintings speak to you in any way, prints and cards are available on my website for purchase. There are even mugs and pillows and all kinds of stuff if wall art isn't your thing. So if you'd like to take a peek at my gallery, my website is maggiehartart.com, and the link is above in my information. So I identify myself as an artist. But even if you don't think you have a creative bone in your body, art and creativity are still there for you. We are all wired for art. Each of us is born with an innate ability to express ourselves through art. You don't have to paint doors and flowers and lungs like I do, but you can still experience the joy of creativity. As children, before we even had words, we expressed ourselves with colors and lines and shapes. I remember when my kids first held a crayon in their little fists and they scribbled all over everything, and they were so proud of themselves, and I was proud of them too. And most of us can remember playing with chalk on the sidewalk or in our driveways. Like we drew these big murals of beautiful colors, and hopscotch squares. So I hope you can take this time to lose yourself in the creative process and let go of the worries and the fears, even if just for a little bit of time. This is a gift that you can give yourself. So supplies. To start off today, all you'll need is a pen and a piece of paper. To finish the project on your own after, you can use whatever supplies you have. Colored pencils or markers or crayons or paper. If you decide that you want to just explore some art on your own after this, I just want to say something about art supplies. There are so many fun and exciting tools out there, but be careful with supplies that might be harsh on your lungs. I don't use oil paints, pastels, or alcohol inks for this reason. When I'm not using my watercolors and I'm doing mixed media like gel printing or some collage work, I always wear a mask, especially if I use glue. So I wanted to just caution you about that. Okay, are you ready to do an art exercise? Grab your paper and your pencil, and let's go. So I'm going to ask you to allow me to guide you into a relaxed state. It's just a gentle breathing exercise to make you feel comfortable and relaxed and to help you be present in this moment and hopefully free up your imagination a little bit. I'd like you to sit back in your chair and get comfortable and close your eyes. This is not hypnotism in any way, so trust me. Allow your shoulders to fall away from your ears. Let your arms fall by your side. Allow the weight of them to just hang there. Unclench your jaw. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Relax your face, your forehead, and allow yourself to feel totally relaxed. And know that you are perfectly safe. Keeping your eyes closed, I'd like you to just take a gentle, easy breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. And again, breathing in through your nose and exhale. And one more time, just take a breath in, gently and easily filling your lungs, and then let the breath go. But keeping your eyes closed, I'd like you to allow two colors to come to mind. Just let them appear. And when they're there, open your eyes and write them down. Okay, great. We're going to do this breathing exercise 2 more times. So again, close your eyes, take a breath in, let it go. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And one more time, breathing in through your nose and exhale. Keeping your eyes closed, I'd like you now to allow a shape to come to mind. Open your eyes and write it down. Okay, one more time with the breathing. Close your eyes, breathe in, and exhale. And again, breathing in through your nose and let it go. And one last time, breathe in and exhale. And keeping your eyes closed, I would like you to allow an object or a living thing to come to mind. Open your eyes and write it down. Okay, now look at your paper. You have 2 colors, a shape, and an object written down. Are you surprised by your list? Look at the colors. Are they your favorite? Or are they colors that you're not usually drawn to? Look at the shape. Does it have any special meaning for you? And the object that you saw in your mind's eye. Any thoughts or surprises about this image? This exercise is called free-form exploration. And it's an exercise that writers often use as a way to start to tell a story. But we're going to use it to make a piece of art. So I'm going to share what I did. So my colors that came to mind were black and red. I was surprised by red because I don't often use bright red like this in my artwork. The shape that came to mind was triangle. And I'm more of a circle girl, so that one was a little surprise too. But the crows, while I was sitting here, the crows were out in the front yard cawing away. So that was an easy one. They just came. They were already here. So what I did was I just used a magic marker, black magic marker, to make the outline of the triangle. I used my watercolors to color in the red. And then for the crows, I had crow stencils. I have a lot of stencils that I use for mixed media. So I grabbed my stencils of crows and I drew them on there and I colored them in. So this was a very simple piece of exercise, but a nice piece of art. I'm not unhappy with it as a piece of art. It was relaxing. It was easy. It took 20 minutes, but it was very calming. So you are free to use anything you want to make your artwork. You can draw it out, you can paint it, you can use your camera to take photos and make a collage. You can cut pictures out of a magazine. Whatever supplies you want, just have fun with it. So if you want to send me your thoughts or ask any questions, just leave it in the comment section. My email is in the links as well. I'd love to know if this was useful to you. I plan to add more lessons to this playlist, so if you enjoyed this, I hope you subscribe to the channel and check back for more. And if you know anyone who might find this video useful, please share it. I have no affiliation with any entity. I'm not trying to build a channel for any reason other than to share my experience of living with a chronic illness and how art has helped me cope. And if this little bit of knowledge that I have that I can share helps someone, then the time that I spend here is worth it. So thank you for watching, and I really hope you have some fun doing this exercise. So take care and be well. Bye-bye.